Started again. The clock will start as I begin. The first question, you will be playing for 30-point bonus. Teams, if you're ready, good luck, and let's begin. Though born in Tennessee, Michigan claims her as its own, even declaring her voice a natural resource in honor of her 25th year in the music biz. As the first woman inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame,
Orchard Park, Drew.
Aretha Franklin.
Lady Soul, Aretha Franklin is correct. Here's your 30-point bonus question, Orchard Park. Gerald and Sue Murphy were a wealthy American couple who moved to Paris in 1921. There they befriended everyone who was anyone in the art scene, including a fellow American who fictionalized them as Dick and Nicole Diver. For 15 points each, name that American in Paris, a preeminent writer of the Jazz Age, and the 1934 novel based on their and his own life.
Fitzgerald, The Great Gatsby.
Fitzgerald and Tender is the Night. So you have 15 of the 30 points. Here's your next toss-up, both teams. He was the first U.S. president to deliver his inaugural address from memory and pledged in that address to gain new U.S. territory by peaceful means. For 10...
Orchard Park, Tara.
Polk.
No, 10-point or 5-point penalty for Orchard Park, and I'll complete the question for West Seneca West. For 10 points, who was this president that kept that promise with the Gadsden Purchase of 1853?
West Seneca, Robert.
Buchanan.
Franklin Pierce we were looking for. Next toss-up for both teams. According to conflicting medieval legends, she evangelized southern France, lived her final 30 years.
Orchard Park, Drew.
Joan of Arc.
No, again, a 5-point penalty, Orchard Park. I'll complete the question for West Seneca West. Lived her final 30 years in an alpine cave and married St. John the Evangelist. For 10 points, who was this woman cleansed of 7 demons by Jesus and the first person to see the resurrection?
West Seneca, Robert.
Mary Magdalene.
Mary Magdalene is correct. Here's your 20-point bonus. Oops. The U.S. Postal Service's 1995 set of Civil War commemorative postcards says that the Battle of Chancellorsville was fought in 1883. For 10 points apiece, one, in what year was that battle actually fought?
1863.
That is correct. Though a Confederate victory, what noted Confederate general died at Chancellorsville?
Stonewall Jackson.
Stonewall Jackson is correct. All 20 of the 20-point bonus. Your next toss-up this time for a 30-point bonus, both teams. In 1997, no U.S. state ran a budget deficit. Indiana was second best with a surplus of 19.6% overspending. In first place was this oil-rich northern state with revenues.
West Seneca, Robert.
Alaska.
Alaska is correct. Here's your 30-point bonus. West Seneca West. The winters may be long in New York State, but we know how to make the most of them. The Adirondack Mountains, for example, are well established as our winter sports capital after hosting 2 Winter Olympic Games. One, for 5 points, in which Adirondacks town, best known for the Miracle on Ice, were those Olympic Games held?
Lake Placid.
That's correct. Now, for 5 points apiece, in what 2 years did Lake Placid host the Olympics?
1932 and 1980.
That's correct also. In those years, Whiteface Mountain served as an important Olympic venue, but it isn't the highest mountain in New York State. For 15 points, which mountain south of Lake Placid is?
Marcy. Mount Marcy.
Mount Marcy is correct. All 30 of the 30-point bonus for West Seneca West. Here's another 30-point bonus question up for grabs. In your toss-up, it is authorized in Article 1, Section 8 of the U.S. Constitution, but actually dates back to 1636. For 10 points, name this military force that in peacetime is commanded by the state governors.
West Seneca, Robert.
National Guard.
National Guard is correct. Here's another 30-point bonus for you, West Seneca West. It has fired 3 CEOs since 1993, John Scully, Michael Spindler, and Gil Amelio, while its market share and stock price have plunged 50% from 1996 to mid-1997. For 15 points apiece, first, name this once very hot but now very troubled computer company.
Apple. IBM.
No, Apple. Second, even Apple's remaining execs are using the dread Betamax analogy about Apple's Macintosh, a better system that still lost the format wars. What company created Betamax?
Microsoft. Oh, that's not Microsoft. IBM.
Sony Corporation. Sorry. Another 30-point bonus. Here's your toss-up, both teams. The newest, or O strain of this bacterial disease was recently discovered in Appalachia and spreads 1,000 times faster than other strains. Luckily, it's not one of the drug-resistant strains. For 10 points, of what long-dread lung disease? Once
Orchard Park, Tara.
Tuberculosis.
tuberculosis is correct. Your 30-point bonus question, Orchard Park. When Commodore Perry steamed into Tokyo Bay in 1853, it wasn't called Tokyo Bay because Tokyo wouldn't become the name of the nearby city until 1869. For 15 points apiece, first, what three-letter name was then used for what is now Tokyo?
Edo.
Edo is correct. Second, until Edo was renamed Tokyo, what other city was Japan's imperial capital? Your answer, please.
Kyoto.
Kyoto is correct. Nice guess. Here's your next toss-up question, both teams. It was arrived at by dividing the number of shots in an average game into the 48 minutes of a regulation game. This is for 10 points. The what rule adopted by the NBA in 1950?
West Seneca, Robert.
Shot clock. 30-second shot clock rule.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect.